Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, Saint Discussions on Strike 7 Sports. And today I just want to talk about the current state of the New Orleans Saints and pose the question of how far off are the Saints away from being a Super Bowl contender once again. Now, this season, the season that just passed, we all know that we're going to take a step back in regards to being in that conversation of being a Super Bowl team, a team that can have that could possibly get home field advantage in the playoffs. Host a playoff game, all the other great things they've done in the past. Set records, be up there with some of the league's best. But this year, despite everything, the Saints finished the season on a positive note. 9-8 record. Almost made the playoffs. It took the last game of the season to for the Saints not to make it. They fought to the end. They fought till there was nothing else left to fight for. Unfortunately, it didn't come to pass because of the Rams and what they did, against the 49ers. And now, my Saints also had played a part in this as well. You lose the game to the Giants. You lose that game, the first game against Atlanta. If you'd have swept Atlanta and won that game against the New York Giants, that would have had you probably would have had two more wins on your record and possibly 11-6, 10-7 record, and probably in the playoffs right now playing the Rams or whoever instead of the Philadelphia Eagles playing Tampa. It depends. Maybe they'll rematch with somebody, with one of those teams. But that's just done. What's done is done now, and time to move forward. And now the Jameis Winston injury also played a part in that decline as well. The Saints were 5-2 when Jameis Winston got injured against Tampa Bay, and the team could have been. Who knows what the Saints could have done if Jameis hadn't gotten hurt? It's a lot of things could have happened. Many variables could have happened from that. Could have happened from that day. Could have went on with this team. Possibly an 11 win season, 11 to 12 win season, 12 to 13 win season. Possibly fighting for the division. Possibly miss the division by only a game. You know, so many things could happen. And a lot could happen in the playoffs. But what we saw with this team in 2019, 2021, we saw a few glaring holes on the team, on the roster. Wide receiver, of course, wide receiver position, running back, um, offensive lineman, say left tackle. There's look like a lot of holes on that line, a lot of changing up and all this other stuff. Now, the reason why I say running back is because the Saints need somebody that's a little more younger, a little more faster to come in and complement Alvin Kamara. Mark Ingram is on the wrong side of 30. The other side of 30, I would say. Quarterback position still hasn't been solved, you know. And that's due to Jameis Winston getting hurt. Taysom Hill, I think it's not a long-term option, even though he plays well in spots. 2 to 3 game stretch, Taysom Hill can be a guy to hold it down while the starter is resting from his injury. But I would say the Saints are 3 to 4 players off on offense from 3 to 4 players away on offense from becoming a Super Bowl contenders in the NFC once again. Now those positions on offense I'm talking about are wide receiver, um, quarterback, of course, tackle, and I would say another running back or a tight end that could come in and make this team what it's supposed to be, what it's capable of becoming, a team that is capable of complementing that defense because we do not need to waste a really great defense right now. This is like the best. These last 3 to 4 years, I would say last 3 years, this is the best the Saints have looked on defense. It just continues to get better and better over the years, over these past 3 years. I would say dating back to 2017. The defense just continues to get better and better. And we cannot waste this by not having the right players on offense to complement this defense. So I think right now we need a wide receiver to go along with Michael Thomas, and that's if Michael Thomas is still on this roster. We need a wide receiver. I've looked online, look at the free agency list for wide receivers. And there are some guys that I believe the Saints can afford that nobody not even talking about right now. That I believe can come in, and contribute to this offense. To work with Alvin Kamara, work with alongside Michael Thomas, or become the guy if Michael Thomas is not there. Why? I'm gonna have the list coming out real soon. As soon as free agency list creeps up, I'm gonna have that list come out with these wide receivers. But there are some guys out there I think that can help this offense out. Um, Quarterback position, there are options out there for the Saints to pursue. Even on the roster right now, Jameis Winston, his upside is through the roof with what he can do with this offense. I think the handcuffs, Sean Payton was about to take those handcuffs off in that game against Tampa Bay. But unfortunately he got hurt. Left tackle position, Teron Armstead. As much as I like the guy, great dude, great for the community in New Orleans. I think his time could be up in New Orleans, man, because he's 30 years old. And that, to me, that's still young. He's still in the prime of his career, but he doesn't play the entire season. And if you commit that money to him, that payday to him, you're gonna be stuck with that guy. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. I don't know where it is. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, I'm back, man. Excuse me. I was talking to my wife real quick. But anyways, man, if you commit that type of money to that guy and he continue his injuries, continue to remain, continue to have these injuries, you stuck with a guy. You paying this guy, all this money you paying him with the ranks of the best tackles in the game, and we may not need that. So we may need to go in a different route in regards to that tackle position. And there's some options out there. So even in the draft, so that's another position. Now running back or tight end. I think running back or tight end can help this offense. Um, I just think in the draft we should be able to find a running back that is a little bigger than Alvin Kamara, has a little more power than Alvin Kamara, that can come in and complement him in this offense. Because imagine if we had that during that time Alvin Kamara was out for those games. We could have won those games with a running back that could hold it down, carry the load, carry the offense while the guys on the outside are struggling. We didn't have that. So a running back position, tight end could be another position that we need to address. I just Nick Vanetta ain't too bad, but I just didn't see enough for me to be convinced about him going forward as an option on this team. Mike Gesicki, I've been hearing that name a lot being mentioned with the Saints. Mike Gesicki is the great tight end out of Miami. I think he's due to be a free agent this year, so that could be an option the Saints could consider. Depends on the price range and what he's even willing to make on the outside market. Um, I'm just confident that the Saints are gonna address that cap issue, and I won't be worried. I won't be too worried about what money they have and the Saints being in cap mess. They've always gotten that done, always addressed it, always made it happen. So I think the Saints are 3 to 4 players away on offense to becoming a Super Bowl contender next season. I really do. They're not too far off, man. They're really not too far off. Quarterback, wide receiver, and tackle, and possibly get another running back to go alongside Alvin Kamara. I don't think Tony Jones Jr. is the guy. I just think I don't see enough power in him, or just that ability to show that he can come in and play in spots for Alvin Kamara. I just don't see it. So I just think they're 3 or 4 players away from being a Super Bowl contender next year. Hopefully Michael Thomas can come back to this team, and I have a little more. I have some content on him soon in a separate video on strictly on Michael Thomas. But hopefully he can come back. We can get another wide receiver to go alongside him. address that offensive line, quarterback position to get situated or figured out with bringing back Jameis or pursuing one of those big names that everybody seems to talk about, and we go from there. But I think this team ain't too far off from being a Super Bowl contender. I think they're really good. The defense is in it playing in the prime. They're in the prime years right now, and it'd be terrible. It'd be terrible to waste it right now. To waste it in the future. Because a few of those guys in that defense are getting a little older. You know, Malcolm Jenkins, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan. It's a mix. You know, it's a mix where it's pretty much a mixed combination of old and young guys on that defense. You know, Marcus Williams is still young. Lattimore still young. C.D. Ducey's still young. Paulson Debo, he's going to his second year in the league. That's pretty much the steal of the draft right there, from my opinion, for the Saints. So you also got Pete Warner out there. You know, Quan Alexander. You know, we're still a young core for the most part, but we'll see how everything plays out. So 3 to 4 players away on offense, and I think this team is going to be right back into being mentioned as one of the league's best football teams to contend for a title. But anyways, man, that's all I have for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. Do you think the Saints are 3 to 4 players away from becoming a Super Bowl contender again? Also, give your own opinion on where you think the Saints are at in regards to becoming a contender in the NFC again, once again. Also, the description box below, check out strike7sports.com/Saints for latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization. Have a blessed night. Peace. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Who that? I'm out.